Sinner responds to criticism over his absence from the Davis Cup. The current world number one has refused to play the Davis Cup with his country and continues to receive a lot of criticism from his compatriots because of it. He has tried to clarify the matter one last time. Jannik Sinner has spoken again about his absence from the Davis Cup finals. He's neither the first to refuse to represent his country in order to look after his personal interests, nor will he be the last. But many Italians haven't hesitated to attack him on social media for his decision. Some have even taken the opportunity to remind him that he is barely Italian because he was born in a province close to the Austrian border. Now that he has regained the world number one ranking after winning in Paris, he didn't hesitate to send one final message to his critics through Sky Sports microphone. "I am proud to be Italian and I am happy to have been born in this country and not in Austria, or anywhere else. I say it with complete honesty, this country deserves even more than what I am doing. We have tennis infrastructure, quality coaches, great players and a very strong competitive mentality. It's funny to see people questioning the Italian-ness of Sicily or Trentino, but we're lucky to have regions with their own identity. We must stay united, value each other, and be proud to be part of a common project like Italy." After that statement, the Italian star opened up about why he decided not to play in Bologna. "At the end of the season, you need time to recover from all the accumulated pressure, the emotions, the physical and mental fatigue of competing. You need time to recover and get back into shape. If you can have an extra week of preparation, you also get an extra week of rest and you can start the preseason more motivated, with energy and the desire to play tennis again." Even though he still has the ATP finals left to play, Sinner is already focused on how to approach the Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of next season. "I play tennis almost every day of my life, and sometimes I just don't feel like it. If I can start my vacation earlier and begin the preseason sooner, I can manage my training load progressively, which is vital to avoid injuries. I have no doubt that this year the right decision is the one I've made." Finally, for those trying to see a conflict with the Italian captain over his decision, Sinner explains why he did play the last 2 years. "I set winning the Davis Cup as a priority in the previous seasons. In 2023, I promised Berrettini, who couldn't play that year, that we would win it together the following edition. I didn't play Paris so I could arrive fresher to the Davis Cup and we achieved the goal. The moment we lifted the trophy, I knew that I wouldn't play this year." Jannik Sinner explains the changes he made after the US Open to return to number one. 2 brilliant weeks for Jannik Sinner during this indoor hard-court swing in Europe. First he won the ATP 500 in Vienna, then he triumphed on Sunday at the Paris Masters 1000. He has confirmed he's a step above the rest, even while dealing with some physical issues caused by the natural wear and tear at this stage of the season. The 24-year-old Italian has shined again since losing the US Open final to Carlos Alcaraz, and after defeating Felix Auger-Aliassime in Paris, he revealed what has changed in the last few months. "I'm not doing anything special, I'm just trying to do what all the other players do, try to improve. I put a lot of effort into it and I try to step out of my comfort zone many times, especially in training, to understand what can help me in the future. Sometimes you don't play to win every point, you try to do something different. I try to play with the score. If I'm a break-up, I try to be more aggressive." Sinner explained that finishing 2025 as world number one is not as objective and not entirely in his control. "It's not only in my hands, but I'm happy to be number one. I knew the opportunity was there from the start of the week. However, I always try to give my best in every tournament I play, and it will be the same in Turin. The goal here was to maximize my potential day by day, and I did that. Now it's time to recharge and be ready for a good week of tennis in Turin." Carlos Alcaraz will start the year facing Sinner. To warm up for 2026, nothing better than the first clash between the two biggest names in men's tennis. Spain's Carlos Alcaraz and Italy's Jannik Sinner will play an exhibition in Incheon, South Korea, on January 10, 8 days before the start of the Australian Open, the first Grand Slam of the season. It will be the first time Sinner and Alcaraz face each other in this Asian country. Normally, neither Alcaraz nor Sinner plays official tournaments before Australia, they prefer exhibitions to prepare for the first big event of the year. In Melbourne, Sinner will be defending his title. The title still left to be decided on the ATP Tour. Right now, the only thing left to determine is how the rankings will finish at the end of the year. With his title in Paris, Sinner took back the world number one spot from Alcaraz, but will lose it again next Monday when the 2024 ATP Finals points come off. However, the ATP Finals begin this Sunday in Turin, where Alcaraz only needs to win 3 matches to secure the year-end number one for the second time in his career, matching Bjorn Borg, Stefan Edberg, and Lleyton Hewitt. Alcaraz is currently training in Murcia and will fly to Turin on Wednesday for his third straight ATP Finals appearance, where both the title and the year-end number 1 ranking are at stake. Sinner has retaken the top spot in the entry list ranking, but the important one now is the 2025 race, where Alcaraz leads Sinner by 1,050 points. That means Alcaraz needs 500 points to guarantee the leadership of the men's tour. In practice, that means winning 3 matches in the group stage, or 2 group matches plus the semi-final. Sinner, who won the Paris Masters on Sunday, arrived in Turin on Monday afternoon. Alcaraz will arrive Wednesday at noon, head to his hotel, and then go to the Inalpi Arena for his first practice. Alcaraz hits the jackpot, receives the biggest bonus in tennis. A disappointing early exit in Paris doesn't take away from what has been an incredible 2025 season for Carlos Alcaraz, still with the ATP Finals and Davis Cup ahead. The Spaniard won Roland Garros and the US Open, reached the Wimbledon final, and won 3 Masters 1000 events, Monte Carlo, Rome and Cincinnati. It is precisely the Masters 1000 category that has boosted his earnings. The ATP distributes $21 million among the 30 players who earned the most points in Masters 1000 events, and Alcaraz, who won the most this year, is the top earner. He will receive $4.5 million, though a percentage is deducted for each event missed. In his case, Toronto, Madrid and Shanghai, although in Madrid he did press work, which reduces the deduction. Alcaraz will take home around €3.1 million for finishing with the most points, 3,420, in the Masters 1000 series. Sinner, despite winning Paris, finished behind him with 2,300. The ATP Finals do not count toward this bonus. Alcaraz also won the bonus for most points in ATP 500 tournaments, worth a smaller but still major prize of $1 million, thanks to titles in Rotterdam, Queens and Tokyo and a final in Barcelona. Sinner overtook him in the rankings by 250 points, and Alcaraz needs 500 in Turin to return to the top without depending on Sinner's results. That translates to winning 3 group matches, or 2 plus a semifinal win. Meanwhile, Sinner would need to win the title undefeated, or, if he drops a match, rely on Alcaraz not winning any match. Carlos Alcaraz makes a decision for next season. Finishing the year as world number 1 is still Alcaraz's top priority, but he is also planning for the upcoming season. And he has already confirmed his presence at the Queen's Club tournament in London. The tournament is special for Alcaraz, not only because he has won it twice, but also because every time he has played there, he has later reached the Wimbledon final. Queen's is used by many players as preparation for Wimbledon. Alcaraz first played there in 2023, won the title, and weeks later won Wimbledon. He returned in 2024, losing in the second round to Jack Draper, and in 2025 won the title again against Jiri Lehecka. Queen's is a very special tournament for me and one I look forward to every year. This year was incredible, coming back and winning my second title there, Alcaraz said. The men's tournament will be held from June 13th to 21st, while the women's runs June 6th to 14th, with defending champion Amanda Anisimova already confirmed. Alcaraz's plan every year during the grass swing. Queen's, an ATP 500, is one of the best warm-up events for Wimbledon because the grass surface is very similar to that of the All England Club. Alcaraz usually arrives in London a few days after Roland Garros, rents a house near the All England Club, and stays there for a month aiming to win both titles.